What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about Palantir Technologies. They just signed a massive new deal today. We've been getting some great news out of Palantir over the last week, and I think we have seen the last of the massive sell-off that we saw after Palantir's earnings and the share lockup period expired. I actually bought a very interesting options play on Palantir, and if you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, when I buy Palantir plays, they have the potential to go up 1,000%. And this situation that we have right here is very similar to the last 1,000% Palantir options play that we did on this channel. So before we get into all of that, if you guys would like 2 free stocks from Webull is the brokerage that I trade on, and that's what you see in all of my videos. If you click the link in my description or in the pinned comment, you will get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100, and these free stocks are worth up to over $1,000. So you could make a 1,000% gain by just depositing money into your brokerage. And this brokerage is absolutely amazing in my opinion. It's kind of the in-between in a technical perspective between Robinhood and TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. You can do all of the technical analysis that you would like to on Webull, and they offer a lot of different things as well. Their option chain is very in-depth, so if you would like to learn more about options, Webull is definitely a great broker to check out. Make sure you check out the link in my description. And if you guys enjoyed the information I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So let's get into exactly why I am buying these specific options on Palantir before we get into talking about the brand new contract that Palantir signed and announced today. So coming over here, we can see that Palantir announces their double-click demo event on April 14th, 2021. So this is going to be another demo day. So Palantir software is used by customers across 40 industries worldwide. DoubleClick is Palantir's series of software demo events. That's very important because this isn't going to be the only demo day that we are going to see. Now, when we examine the price action of Palantir going into this demo day event and what the reaction is after, that's going to give us some good insight on how to play Palantir with options for the next couple of demo day events that they announced. So they gave some details on this first event. So the first event will feature in-depth demonstrations of Palantir Foundry for life sciences and industrials. Palantir's customers in these verticals include Merck, NIH, NHS, 3M, BP, which we saw BP was actually able to free up about $50 million worth of working capital by using the new ERP suite. I wouldn't be surprised if that is mentioned and talked about more in this demo day event. We also have PG&E, Lanxess, and Doosan. So we've gone over this, but this is the main reason why I am entering into this options trade, along with a very significant dip in the Palantir share price after the share lockup period expired, Palantir's earnings, and the overall market sell-off. So let's take a look at the option chain, and the options that I'm going after are going to be the May 21st, 2021 $45 strike. You can see that these are up 25% today. If you guys watched my Palantir video from yesterday, I said that I was going to wait a little bit, but then once I saw all of the other information coming out about Palantir, it was having a pretty significant reversal. I decided to start scaling into this position, and I'm up about 25% at the current time. So let's go over the exact reasoning why I am going after this exact strike and this exact date. So first, the previous all-time high for Palantir is $45. So that's very important. The last time that Palantir had their demo day, the stock went from the $25 range all the way up to $45. And we can see that January 26th was the day that Palantir had their demo day. We had a sell-off after hours and then a massive rip up the next day, going all the way up to $45 a share. Now, as we saw in this article, that this is going to be happening, the new demo day, on April 14th. So coming back over to the option chain, we can see that essentially, if you were to get the April expiration date, you are only going to be able to get these April 16th. So that is too close, in my opinion, to the actual date of the demo day. You're really playing with fire if you don't get time after an event, because you have to be right on a very slim margin. So say I were to buy these Palantir 35s and I were to hold all the way up until demo day, Palantir would actually have to get really close or over $35 a share in order for these contracts to appreciate a lot in value. Now, it's a lot different when you are playing with these May expirations. So let's take a look. We actually have a lot more time. So Palantir does have to run up, but since we have so much time to expiration, theta decay is not going to affect us as much, and we aren't going to be affected as much by implied volatility. So this is a good option to get into if you are bullish on Palantir going into the next couple of months. Now, I think Palantir is going to have a pretty significant bounce off of these lows. There wasn't really anything blaring coming out in the terms of news that sent Palantir going so much lower. Yes, we did have the share lockup period expire, and the executives and the insiders at Palantir were selling some shares, but it wasn't anything insane. Now, a brief disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. These are for educational and entertainment purposes only. My goal with these options trading strategy videos is to help you guys understand how options work, so you can look at an options chain, look at all of the events coming out for a company in the next couple of weeks or months, and figure out what is the best way to have the most upside and to also protect yourself. So again, I don't put in an amount into an options trade that I'm not fully willing to lose, and I typically trade with about $250 to $1,000 in any given options trade. Now, in this case, I was planning on scaling in, but these contracts are already up 20%. If they do come back down, I will add more, but at the current time, I'm just going to let these contracts ride out. Now, let's get into the new deal that Palantir has announced. So coming over here, we can see that Palantir and Faurecia embark on long-term strategic partnerships. So Palantir Technologies announced today that it entered into a 6-year strategic partnership with Faurecia, one of the world's leading automotive technologies companies. This is big. These 6-year partnerships provide a lot of recurring revenue for Palantir. These are very good. If we can see Palantir continue to have these long-term partnerships, we are going to see a massive boost to Palantir's revenue going forward, because the revenue that they are going to be earning is going to be recurring over this time period. And Palantir Foundry was designed to help organizations integrate disparate data sources and make the best possible use of their data. Faurecia will use Palantir's Foundry software to gain further insight into its data across the company, from manufacturing to purchasing, from engineering to finances. Built on top of Faurecia's IT portfolio and contracted cloud services, Palantir Foundry will allow Faurecia to reduce raw material consumption, improve R&D competitiveness, secure purchasing excellence, and track and measure overall CO2 neutrality efforts. The applications built on the data platform will continue to generate digital twins, thus also enabling Faurecia's capabilities to proactively stimulate variability. We have some comments by Faurecia and Palantir as well. The partnership with Palantir will trigger a major new step in our digital transformation, allowing to robustly scale our digitization actions. Developing and strengthening our large-scale data capture and analysis will further increase agility, enhance the use of artificial intelligence, and increase decision support and automation in Faurecia. Now, Palantir's comment: the range of uses for Foundry across Faurecia shows the breadth of practical applications for our software in the manufacturing and automotive sectors. We are proud to partner with Faurecia in its mission to improve the efficiency of its products as well as its environmental footprint. Now, here's what's interesting about this partnership that I think you guys need to keep in mind. So Faurecia is kind of a technology car company, an automotive company out in France. Now, Palantir recently partnered with IBM, and this partnership basically enabled Palantir to be able to gain access to about 30,000 sales representatives. Now, this came into effect a couple of weeks ago, so I would not be surprised if this partnership is a result of the IBM partnership, in which IBM is helping Palantir get their Foundry platform out to as many customers as possible. If this comes out and Palantir says that that, yes, this is part of our IBM partnership. We're going to be getting a lot more partnerships now in deals with other companies. That is going to be very big news because IBM has given Palantir access to about 30,000 sales representatives, and previously Palantir only had less than 30 people working on the actual sales of the Foundry, Gotham, Apollo platforms, which this could be a massive step in Palantir's future. Now, in addition to all of this good news, we are also seeing ARK Invest pour a lot of capital into Palantir over the past couple of weeks. We've gone over this chart a couple of times, but if you guys have not been watching my Palantir videos or you are new to the channel, this is definitely something you need to keep in mind. On February 11th, ARK Invest owned about 2.39 million shares of Palantir, and when this pretty substantial sell-off happened, ARK Invest went all in, and their position size is now about 15.6 million shares. That is a position size of almost $385 million. That is big for even ARK standards. So coming back over to the chart of Palantir, we can see that the stock is again up about 7% today, and we are seeing a very significant bounce off of the lows. Now, if you guys were able to buy the dip in Palantir shares and you are a long-term bull on this company, you most likely made out pretty well. Now, nothing I say again in these videos is financial advice. These are for educational and entertainment purposes only, but these short-term dips on these hyper-growth stocks that we talk about on this channel are an absolute gift for long-term investors. We've been saying this a lot on this channel, and we got that confirmed by Cathie Wood. She actually said something very similar in one of her most recent interviews on a news outlet. She actually said it was a gift for long-term investors, and she sees this dip as a massive buying opportunity for the company that she likes long-term. Now, since Cathie Wood really likes all of these hyper-growth companies and keeps pouring more capital into her higher conviction names, that should give retail investors some sort of insight into which companies that we should be putting our money into. Now, it isn't smart to just blindly follow ARK and just follow what they are doing. You should do your own due diligence as well, but Palantir, in my opinion, is a great company for the long term. So that is going to be it for this Palantir update. If you guys would like 2 free stocks from Webull, valued up to over $1,000 when you deposit $100 when you set up your account. Again, that is about a 1,000% gain just by depositing money into your account. That is the possible return that you could receive by depositing money into Webull. Make sure you click on that link in my description or in my pinned comment. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a really profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.